Roll it down?
Why do you pull me over?
I'll tell you that if you roll it down.
Why can't you tell me now?
Because the reason I pulled you over is you were yelling something from your car.
When you demand identification, I have to display this. That's what they told me in the class. That's what the law
If
says.
the officer wants to take the
And actually, if I don't display, there's really not much you can do because there is no penalty attached to that. I have to carry this if I'm carrying this.
Are you carrying?
I don't answer questions.
Is that your current address? 1622?
Is that a question?
Yes, sir. Is that your current address?
Do I answer questions?
So if you have a weapon in the car, then what?
You got one on your hip. So what?
Do I smell alcohol in your breath?
No, you don't.
How do I know?
Because you can't smell my
I
breath?
can smell something coming
Oh,
out.
really?
Let's see. Let me do some field sobriety.
I don't think so.
Okay.
You can't just pull me over because I said the police. I hope you realize that.
This video is incredible and you are going to love every second of it. And this video goes to show what it really means to be American. Some of us are born here and afforded citizenship at birth. Others take the path that millions have taken before them, when they've emigrated to this country for the great American dream, to take their shot at success and freedom. And that path is no different than this gentleman's today. This gentleman exercised his rights to scream "F the police" out the window. And because he engaged in free speech that the cop didn't like, he pulled him over and violated his Fourth Amendment rights, and he did it super aggressively. But things I'm seeing in the comments section of this guy's video really perturb me. Like this one. Someone said, "Take your anti-American feelings elsewhere," and I responded, "I disagree," saying the police and standing on your rights is the most American thing you can do. And the comments section seems to be split. 50% for this guy and 50% against him. But the 50% that are against him, I don't even think that he did anything wrong. They just didn't like the way he looked and the accent he had when he said what he said to this cop. America is called the melting pot for a reason. If you're here and you're a citizen, you get all the rights afforded to you under our beautiful Constitution. Let's jump into the best owning I have ever seen, ever.
Roll it down?
Why do you pull me over?
I'll tell you that if you roll it down.
Why can't you tell me now?
Because the reason I pulled you over is you were yelling something from your car.
So what?
Huh?
So what? That's why you pull me over?
Now, a lot of you folks at home are probably wondering, what's the legality behind it? Am I able to scream "F the police" out the window? You absolutely can. You can scream "F the police," you can throw them one bird, you can throw them two birds, because who knows? There might be a flock. The Supreme Court has ruled and upheld that while saying or doing these things might be considered unkind, they're still completely and totally legal. It is your freedom of speech and part of your ability to petition the government for a redress of your grievances. So right now, this cop is butthurt, and he arrested a citizen's Fourth Amendment rights because he didn't like what he had to say about his job.
Because I'm yelling.
I don't know if you're in need of help or anything.
Oh, I don't need help.
So,
Thank you.
Okay, let me see your driver's license real quick.
I don't need help.
Okay, can I see your driver's license?
What for?
Can you use the turn signal when you made a turn?
Of course I did.
See your driver's license.
So at this point, if I'm in the car with this guy, I'm telling him to cease any communication with this police officer, to ask for a supervisor, and if he's not giving him one, I'm telling him to get on the phone and call and ask for a supervisor immediately. First, he's pulled over for yelling "F the police," and now he's pulled over not for using a turn signal, but he used a turn signal. Don't talk to this cop and get a supervisor. But the other part of me is totally fanboying, and I'm glad he gave up the ID, because if he didn't, we couldn't witness the best owning of a police officer that's ever taken place. And I mean ever.
You can hear the sound on the dash cam too.
Let me see your driver's license over here.
I don't wish to answer questions.
You have to let me know if there's a weapon in the car. Did you not take the class?
I did.
Did they tell you have to tell them?
When you demand identification, I have to display this. That's what they told me in the class. That's what the law
If
says.
the officer wants to take the
And actually, if I don't display, there's really not much you can do because there is no penalty attached to that. I have to carry this if I'm carrying this.
Are you carrying?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, so if you have a weapon in the car, then what?
You got one on your hip. So what?
He pulls him over for yelling at the police. That didn't work. So then he immediately goes to lying and saying that he didn't use his directional. That didn't work. Now he's telling him that he has to tell him that if he has a weapon in the car. He doesn't. That didn't work. So I wonder what this oath-breaking cop is going to try next.
Do I smell alcohol in your breath?
No, you don't.
How do I know?
Because you can smell my
I
breath?
can smell something coming
Oh,
out.
really?
Let's see. Let me do some field sobriety.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, where are you coming from?
Huh?
Where are you coming from?
You saw me where I was coming
No,
from.
I just saw you driving down.
Are you done with this?
I'm done with that, yeah.
All right, cool.
Where are you coming from?
I don't answer questions. I've already told you. Your name? Sheriff? That's your name? Sheriff?
Right above it, right there. You see it?
I'm not familiar with the English alphabet, sir.
You here? Okay. I don't want you exiting the vehicle because you have a weapon in the car.
Did I exit the?
Or I'm going to.
Did I exit the vehicle?
I'm
Did I
giving you a heads
exit
up.
the vehicle?
Give you a heads up.
Did I exit the vehicle? Hey, can I? You do have a dash cam, right?
I do.
Very good. You can't just pull me over because I said the police. I hope you realize that. Stupid. I'm sorry?
Do you have insurance on the vehicle?
Yeah,
Can you show it to me, please? It doesn't come back.
of course it comes back.
Not on my system, it doesn't. Also, it's not typical behavior for somebody to be yelling out of the vehicle. Have you had anything to drink tonight? Is that your current address? 1622?
Is that a question?
Yes, sir. Is that your current address?
Do I answer questions?
Okay, I'll just assume that's incorrect then.
And why would you do that?
I'm asking you a simple question.
Did you read my address on the driver
It
license?
didn't have an address. It didn't have an apartment number on your driver's
Of course it does.
Let me see. Can you verify?
You've already seen it. I've already complied with that part.
I know, but I'm just saying it didn't have a driver. It didn't have an apartment number
Of course it does.
on your address on your driver license.
Man.
Okay, I'll be right back. And I say that I've never met anybody quite like you that would yell at an officer doing their job, but
Clearly, he's never met me, or anyone else in this community for that matter, because I always reserve my rights to yell at the police when they're doing their job, because for the most part, they believe their job is to deprive the citizens their rights, to engage in road piracy, and to be all-out oath-breaking tyrants. And this cop fits every part of that bill.
So
you have a great
let
day.
me
There's no warning,
understand.
no fines, no penalties.
May I ask you a question?
This question's on there. There's the address.
Yeah, no, I have a
There's
question.
an incident
Can you
number
get
on
your
the thing right there.
supervisor here, please?
No,
Is the stop over?
The stop is over. You may leave.
All right.
Please don't exit till I get out. Till I leave.
Well, you said the stop is over, right?
Now this next part is crazy. He's going to try and get out of the car, and then the deputy is actually going to pull his firearm and draw down on the driver. Let me be completely clear with you. If you're in a traffic stop, you have to comply with general orders. Under Pennsylvania v. Mims, if a police officer orders you out of the vehicle, you have to comply. However, when the traffic stop is over and it's reached its conclusion, you are no longer detained. The police can't order you to stay in the car or to get back in the car. You are free to do whatever you want. This next part is going to get this guy a lot of money.
Please don't get out, bro.
Okay, I'm not getting out. I will.
Open the door. Let me get back in my car.
Okay, there is no need to draw your weapon, man. Are you drawing your weapon, you
Don't get out of the car.
I didn't get out of the car. You told me that already.
Get in the right door.
Yeah. Did I get out of the car?
Shut the door.
Go yourself.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, right over there you can. A warning? A warning? For what? What the It doesn't even say why. Failed to signal with turn indicator within 100 feet.
Now, with all the stuff that actually did happen on this traffic stop, the cop cited the only thing that didn't: failure to use a turn signal. That's probably because it would have been very difficult to explain to a judge and a jury that he pulled a driver over for saying something out the window, for exercising his free speech, and then arresting his Fourth Amendment movement. and berating him for the next 8 minutes. So of all the factual parts of this stop, he threw in a little bit of fiction. And it was only a warning. Let me tell you something. With how badly he owned this cop, and with how butthurt this cop was, if this driver didn't use a turn signal, he'd be getting a ticket, and he'd be getting the maximum financial penalty available and attachable for that ticket. When you ever see a video of a cop getting owned and they only give out a warning, it's because the driver never did what they accused him of doing in the first place. This deputy needs to be off the road stat. Now this video was posted by News for the Streets, and he reposted it. But check out News for the Streets anyways, because without his repost, I would have never seen the best cop lashing that's ever happened in this country, or arguably any other. His channel and original video link will be in the description of this one. Make sure you tell him Accountability for All shared his video. And well, to go along with the general theme of this video, the police. And that's the reason I stopped you today.